people? It is Steve Crypto C with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. What a crazy time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. Well, look at here, Mr. Hinman. Mr. William Hinman has actually showed his face and made an appearance. Shout out to Crypto Eddie for sharing this with the community. Keep doing what you do, miss. Keep doing what you are doing. We do appreciate you. So Crypto Eddie shared this. I'm going to let you guys take a listen to this as well. Some really, really interesting stuff. The market is doing what the market does. Wow. We'll get into the numbers as well. So the whole deal with the Terra getting some kind of, 2 to 3 billion from some company called GAM is saying they didn't say that. And they're not sure how that got out. So we'll cover it. Nonetheless, crazy stuff going on. Apparently some stuff with Do Kwon's house and or apartment with people breaking in. That's not a great look at all. SEC is complaining about defendants still using delay tactics or delaying the cases and not revealing documents. How about that one? Not revealing documents. And someone from the SEC is complaining about that. Is pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious. So we'll get into it, guys. Listen, this is your XRP Ripple Daily News. And around 0 to 10 minutes, let's take this listen from the beginning. There's Crypto Eddie here.
The Howey test is extremely fact intensive and very nuanced. And so the question that a lot of people are asking in the Q&A, and we'll start with you, Bill, is will we ever be able to have regulators sort of pare down for us what decentralization means and look like? In terms of some meaningful guidance. I'm not even asking about this SEC, but just from a concept of decentralization, the Howey test, and everything you've worked on in the past, and thinking about what's coming down the pipe. Is it something we can hope to see?
Hope springs eternal. So yeah, you can always hope. I think, and I sort of said this at the beginning. These tests are so broad and they're so qualitative that there will always be some uncertainty unless the regulators either give some real clear guidance, which we don't see happening for some time, or the legislature tries to draw some lines for people. In the meantime, if we're just dealing with today's law and the guidance that we have there, I'm not optimistic that it's going to be really clear that this will work and that won't work. People
are wow. He's not really clear if we're going to get some clear guidance. What in the world is happening? Now, you know that this guy was briefed and rebriefed and then rebriefed again on what to say and what not to say. You got to know that. Holy moly.
We're going to need to weigh in with more. And as they weigh in, not to blame the regulators too much, they're always very worried that if they draw brighter lines, that people will go right up to the line. And, they may not capture something which in hindsight they wish they had. So they're always very reluctant to draw some bright lines. It's more likely that we'll see something through legislation or maybe some court-made law where the SEC pushes something and the court disagrees. But it's hard to imagine a lot of good guidance coming out that made people feel like they had a super high level of certainty on some of these points. I think we're always going to come back to those general principles of, are people relying on somebody else, and does that somebody else have more information? And then wherever there's a situation where something goes wrong, there's a problem, then the SEC works very hard to apply these broad principles in a way to find a way to protect investors and to apply the law and say, that was enough. that looks like a security to us, and bring an action. And oftentimes they don't have to litigate those, they get settled. So, they feel like they're playing a role in protecting investors without ever necessarily clearing up the law enough for the people who are trying to follow the law and do good things. So it's a difficult environment for a while, and we all hope that the regulators and the legislators recognize the value of this, and help us sort of navigate it. That would probably require some clear legislation and maybe some guidance with maybe court law.
Yeah, so he's basically saying, exactly what Ripple was saying. There is no guidance. There are no clear laws. That the SEC will, in fact, just go out and when they think something's security, they'll just go ahead and do something without necessarily making it clear as to what it is that they did for the good actors. That's what he just said. Like, just unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Let's go over the freaking news. The market, look at Bitcoin dominance, according to CoinGecko, is at 42.3%. We all know that's not a great number when it comes to the alts moving. Bitcoin's at $30,475. Ethereum is at $2,100. XRP is at 43 cents. It was 44 cents earlier today. But the numbers in terms of double figures, right, is still massive. Double figure red, double figure minus numbers are still absolutely still massive. They're not in the 50 and 60% like they were just yesterday. Like just yesterday, a lot of altcoins were 50% down on the 7-day and 60% down on the 7-day. XLM is around 13 cents. XRP is at 43 cents. And the market continues to do what the market does. Shout out to Stefan Huber for sharing this. I think this is just funny. Whenever you think it can't get any more pathetic, SEC enforcement chief, in his speech at the SEC Enforcement Forum yesterday, actually cried about how defense attorneys are using delaying tactics. And get this one, refusing to release documents just to complicate and drag out investigations. This comes from Gubir S. Gruel, the SEC chief or director of Division of Enforcement. What in the wide world? Really? There was an SEC enforcement forum. Wow. It says here, but one of the things I hear frequently from staff is how the conduct of defense counsel in some cases frustrates and delays our truth-seeking mission. I recently learned about a document production in an investigation. So the SEC says that the defense counsels are using things like slow rolling document productions. Yeah, it looks like they took a page out of you guys' playbook. We continue to see some of these behaviors as well as newer forms of the same tactics. That is just fascinating stuff. So the word on the street, this is some really good stuff coming from Leonidas. Shout out to you, my friend. I hope that you are doing well. Do I have all of that? Hold on a second. Some interesting stuff coming from James Wallace at an event in Africa. Let's see something here. Is this the whole thing or is this just the clips? This is the whole thing. We don't want that. Let me go back to his thing here. I'm gonna share a couple of clips with you guys. I thought that was the clip, but it wasn't. And this is absolutely absolutely outstanding stuff for Ripple.
We have something called RippleNet, which is a cross-border payments network. We're also working on other initiatives. We have a central bank digital currency solution. But in terms of the use of crypto, XRP, which is the crypto that we tend to use, is used on a regular basis, and there's billions of dollars being transacted the whole time, using that as a what we call a bridge currency. So between one fiat currency and another, the network enables connectivity fiat to fiat, but also increasingly, and I would say the majority of our customers now are moving towards using crypto for cross-border. It's cheaper, it's faster. There's no need to pre-fund accounts like you have in the traditional correspondent banking model. So, I've been with Ripple for 3 years.
Billions of dollars in XRP, and more customers are moving towards using crypto for their cross-border payments. In fact, he said the majority of our customers are moving towards using crypto for cross-border payments, and there is XRP in the midst of it all. That, my friends, is really, 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 really good stuff. Let me see which one this one is here, because I know they talked about the peer-to-peer lending platform that Palau wants to use, which I think is, again, just great. That's the full video. We don't want the full video. But that is really, really good, is it not? That is great stuff. Leonidas, we appreciate you. We appreciate you for sure for sharing this. I watched these videos yesterday when Leonidas first put them out. We are working on projects, CBDCs, that are pilot prior to going live, so there's no proof of concept. I think proof of concept should be a thing of the past, says Jay Wallace. Take a listen to this.
Central bank digital money will definitely happen. I mean, it's already happening. Congratulations to Nigeria and a few other countries. We're working on projects that are pilots prior to going live, so not proof of concepts. I think proof of concepts should be a thing of the past now. And the big question really, I think central bank digital money will definitely happen. I mean, it's already happening. Congratulations to Nigeria and
so yeah,
a few other countries. We're working on projects.
Pilots, that's over. I mean, the whole idea of proof of concepts is over. My internet is messing up. I absolutely love that. My internet.
Pilots prior to going live, so not proof of concepts. I think proof of concepts is.
I'm trying to find the freaking. My laptop's not cooperating, but they have it. He also mentioned about the majority of Ripple customers using XRP and Ripple, building Palau and peer-to-peer lending platform as well. So they're doing two things for in terms of a CBDC with Palau, who is kind of does their thing in the US dollar, but they're also building this peer-to-peer lending platform, because it's kind of a customary thing in Palau that when they get paid, when the people get paid there, they kind of lend amongst each other to kind of help people out, which I think is awesome. And so Ripple is actually going to build a peer-to-peer lending platform for the people in Palau, which I think is just really, really, really cool. I saw this here. I think this is an interesting thing here that's going on here. So it's, this Twitter handle is @ProtestSEC. It's Protest SEC Corruption. It says, can you please let interested people know that there will be peaceful protests at SEC offices every Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. to expose the blatant corruption in the SEC versus Ripple case. Thank you. So the San Francisco and Los Angeles, if you're listening. Salt Lake, Denver, Chicago, Fort Worth, Texas, Atlanta, Miami, the Philly office, the New York office, and the Boston office. They'll be doing these things. Again, the time is from 4 to 5 p.m. on a Sunday, peaceful protest. So if you happen to be in any of those areas, yeah, spread the word, let people know that that is definitely happening. I think that is a good idea. I think it's great that they're doing it on a Sunday. And they're doing it in a peaceful manner. I do want to clear up kind of something here. Is kind of the word on the street is this GAM said it is expected to invest between $2 billion and $3 billion to absorb the excess supply of UST during its calendar sell-off, which should revive the UST peg to the US dollar. Now, in a subsequent, this came from Crypto Potato, but Crypto Potato did actually an update to that and said that was denied, that they denied that. The GMA said that they don't have any plans of doing that. Without providing a lot of details on what has transpired, GMA said it had begun investigating into the source of the story and how it came out. So they said they weren't doing it, investing in that. So I don't know if that's just a thing that just so, their hand won't get played or not, but so that's the latest. GMA denies the rumors about terror negotiation bailout plan. And this is supposed to be the update to that. So in any case, guys, we'll see. If you really want to kind of see what's going on, go get on the Terra Luna Twitter, get on Do Kwon, get on that and see hopefully that they have a plan. I hope that they do. I hope that they can figure something out. This, without question, in my opinion, was a coordinated attack on stablecoins because the powers that be want to rein that in, because think about stablecoins, how massive that is for you and I to walk away from their stuff. I find it interesting that Tom Emmer is really, really grilling Janet Yellen on the whole idea of the current administration trying to position the FSOC to come down and bring the hammer on stable coins. It was an interesting back and forth here. Take a listen to this.
Of independent regulators.
My question is a yes or a no. Does the FSOC take direction by an administration to make and implement
well now and in the future? And we've put in place some sanctions.
Madam Secretary, the gentleman's time has expired.
Others.
You may submit your question for the record. Madam Secretary, welcome again, and thank you for your many years of public service.
He's coming up here.
The gentleman from Minnesota, Mr. Emmer, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thanks to you, Madam Secretary, for joining the committee today. The Democrat-created Financial Stability Oversight Council, or better known as the FSOC, as you've been referring to, has found itself in a unique regulatory position recently. Secretary Yellen, as the chair of the FSOC, you know better than anyone that the FSOC operates independently and is not directed by an administration to make and implement policy decisions. Historically, Madam Secretary, does the FSOC take direction from the White House on activities and institutions which to investigate and, if appropriate, designate those activities or institutions as systemic risks?
The FSOC, as you said, is a group of independent regulators.
My question is a yes or a no. Does the FSOC take direction from the White House?
No, it does not.
Thank you. That's what I thought. The FSOC exists to independently identify emerging threats to our financial stability and align regulatory frameworks around those risks. Secretary Yellen, by executive order, you convened the President's Working Group on Financial Markets in July of 2021, and you played a key role in the delivery of its November 2021 stablecoin report. The report recommends that Congress enact legislation to limit stablecoin issuance to insured depository institutions, banks. For the record, this is a recommendation that does not have consensus in Congress.
You get that, right? The president administration, current administration, wants FSOC to implement something that stable coins to go only through banks for the supposed FDIC crapola. Banks. Do you see what's going on? Do you see what the top 8, 10 banks are trying to get done? Well, you see what JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs is trying to get done? Yeah. Think about that. Stable coins allow you and I to walk away. Again, I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Walk away from their liquidity pool. Right? Central bank digital currency that's another thing. That's the government trying to do a thing down your throat. Stable coins giving us some flexibility, especially the likes of decentralized quote unquote stable coins. So just listen, they know that's a threat. They know that we walked away and will continue to walk away from their liquidity pools. You think they don't notice the numbers of people not having to use their banks in their banking system? They know. They absolutely know. And the current administration, like I said, who ushered hashtag Gary Gensler to the front of the room, is doing the bidding of the banks. Let's not ever forget that. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.